Hello, hello, hello. So, first and foremost, um, hello. It's Friday, and hmm, 1 second. Of course, distraction starts already. I hope everybody is doing good, and I hope everyone is looking forward to a awesome weekend. Right? Okay, this is taking forever. All right, so really quickly, let me do the spiel. First and foremost, as you know, thank you so much for coming here and watching this. Now, this is for those who want and who can do more. You have options in the description below. Pick the one that fits you best. May I just suggest the membership program? Why? Because it is easiest. It really is the easiest and most affordable way to support a channel without thinking so hard. But understand that by you pressing the like button, subscribing, and doing all that good stuff pushes the algorithm forward. So don't minimize the importance of your interaction with any videos. Okay. All right. That being said, let's go into first. Let's see who's here. Okay. So hi Dar, hi Christine, Aswin, Didi. Didi, I'm so sorry you're having a groovy Friday night. Yeah. And by the way, the weather here is absolutely bonkers because we have a forecast of non-stop rain. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. And we have rain until Monday. And not like the light rain, the heavy freaking rain. Anyway, so what I'm drinking today is coffee because after us, I have to work a little bit, fortunately. So I need to stay awake for a little longer. Okay, so today is the content live, and I curated the operating flow for today. We're going through what we posted for the month of April. Can you believe April is over? I cannot believe it. And so after that, we're gonna do something that is brand new here. I'm going to go over the comments for each video, and we're going to discuss together. Oops, sorry. We're going to discuss together, and then we're going to move on to the next one. It's so nice to see you guys. So it's raining in Michigan. Michigan, is that cold? It's cold there, right? And then Mama for Kids. Okay, you're in Jersey. Where in Jersey are you? Um, it's raining also as well in Texas. Uh, I guess it's raining everywhere. It is spring. They say spring showers. They don't say spring showers for no reason. So yeah, it is raining everywhere. Okay. So the first criminal that we are going to dissect is her. Now, Audrey Hale, um, it was super unfortunate that I call those things massacres, right? I call those things massacres because it's always, one life is terrible enough. Two, oh my God, forget it. Once you go beyond even 1.5 in my head, it's just too much. Do you know what I'm saying? Hello, Nefertiti, nice to see you. So I'd say the massacre at the school. Now, the most interesting thing about uh, this story that I made, and I read the comments, is that I didn't do a good job explaining the fact that what I was trying to convey is that the potential, right? So maybe she became like this because she had a troubled teenage years, right? So I don't know if that's the case. I was just speculating because it felt as if she snapped, and it felt also like it was a big vendetta. Also, I think people thought when I said the Covenant School, they thought it was no, it's not. I know it's not a nunnery. I know that. I just, sometimes when I speak in grosso modo terms. It's like summary, and which I understand for English speakers, it's like huh. But for French people, especially because that's what this term is for, is like when you have a sentence. you focus on the ones that's the most important. So when you have a subject, a topic, a context, you focus on the context that's most important, and everything around it is allowed to be blurry. So grosso modo, right? Hi, Deborah. Hello, 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 hello. So to go to read quickly to one of the comments that Christine F said, which I agree. I was saying in the video that I think she snapped because of the conversion therapy, and you know, if they didn't get her at the school, she was going to go all the way. You know, she was going to go, you know, hurt some more family members. She was not stopping. She had no intention of getting out of there alive. She had no intention, you know, no intention to even go to prison. And again, like Christine says, you know, it's not saying it's an excuse. It's true. It's not an excuse. I still consider her a monster, even though I say it's a made monster, because what would be the outcome is she felt more supported, more embraced, more heard, more understood, and not so lost had her family members been more understanding. And so that's why I was trying to convey in the comments, in a statement, but the comments, I did a bad job at it. They thought I was standing up for her. No, honey, she is a criminal. She is a criminal, you know. So Melted Copper, hi Melted Copper. We need to ban Limp Bizkit albums. This raging. Oh, oh, hmm. Let's see. So the thing here, Melted Copper, she at least looked to find a parking spot over driving through the glass doors. Yeah, you know, if you look at the videos, she took the time to park the car, which you know, which I think speaks a lot to her intent. You know, she made up her mind. She was not in a hurry. She didn't care what the outcome would be. And as Dar would say, you know, I think a lot of it had to do with conversion meds. Yes, yes, I think that's what I said. I call her a main monster. I don't think this massacre would have happened if you know, if she didn't go through that. And that's what I meant to say. Okay, so that being said, I want to go now to the comment section of this video. Yeah, let's see. Let me just make sure you guys can see it. Perfect. So let's go through the comments together. The cool thing here is that, yeah, you can still see the comments. So, by the way, comments are great. Nadira, hi Nadira. Have you noticed the politicians in the media are weaponizing her gender identity to try to pass anti-LGBTQ legislation instead of addressing the actual issue? It's madness. The same thing happens again and again, but nothing is learned and nothing gets done. So I have to say that I do agree with that, because in the video I did mention that this tragedy was used as an excuse for people to push certain agendas, and you know, it's not cool, especially when it's that fresh, and you know, people even went one step further and were insinuating that you know, members of the community should be eradicated. I mean, they were saying awful things that even I was like, oh my God. But yeah, it created a storm. It divided us even more, which is really quite silly. Now, if you go up now to Linda Perrine, hi Linda. Sorry, she said this was not the case. She was a grown woman. My heart goes out to everyone involved. Right. So this goes back to what I was saying about how people thought that I was calling her a teenager. No, and I understood looking back at the video, I wasn't very clear because I was speaking in grosso modo. It's something I do try to really be mindful of, that I stay in the, you know, in the big picture context. By the way, just a quick disclaimer, some comments you might read there, you might not like them, you might be offended by it. uh, they're not all representation of what I think. So try to look at them with an open mind. Okay. Deborah also said the transgender receiving mental health care for emotional issues obviously wasn't getting effective treatment and is a problem with mental health system. Cha-ching! Spent dollars spent for psychiatrists and sociologists without benefit of a cure. Big pharma is not the answer to our society's growing emotional issues. Government doesn't solve problems, it subsidizes them. President Ronald Reagan and MJ said it best: they don't care about us or our children. You know, I sort of agree with these statements. I mean, I say that all the time to my family members, to anybody who will listen, that at the end of the day, you need to take care of yourself first, and nobody else is really going to take care of you as a priority, if that makes sense, if I explain myself very well. And she's what she said: government doesn't solve problem, it subsidizes them. In the same breath, I'm in the swath of the people who do believe in my tax dollars paying for healthcare. I think these are stuff that we can all benefit from it. I think tax dollars can subsidize, help, with daycare, healthcare. I'll give you an example. For example, in Canada, and I could be wrong. In Canada, they have a government branch that is specialized in making sure you are employed. That's genius. That is absolutely genius. I have family members who were there, and people lose their job here and there, and they never really struggle to find a new job because they had the government to help them find a new job. So there's so many things that, and people are very smart in this country. People smarter than me. They can put their brains together and figure something out that can benefit everybody. So I do agree with that statement. Let's go to what some of you guys are saying really quickly. Hello, Jojo. How are you? Jojo, did you get my response? And if so, let me know. Now let's see. Good Friday, Jody. What's going on? Yeah. And again, Malta Couple, you're correct. She is no longer alive. She was killed. Okay, so let's go back again to the comments really quickly. So again, for example, the Mud Pit 61 says, you are confused about the age of the killer. 28, she's not a kid, she had 10 years. Yeah, so again, people thought that I was referring to her as a teenager, and so I did a bad job explaining that. Martha Martinez agreed with me. She said, I agree that she was made to become a monster, but I believe that at 28-year-old, she should have left home and sought help. Unfortunately, too late. Thank you so much. Be strong, Alistair. You have Princess Olympia to take care of. Be blessed, young man. Thank you so much. And yes, she is a grown-up, and as much as of a sad situation she went through for her conversion therapy, it's not an excuse because people are dead. People are dead, and yeah, they will never come back. Look at that, Sarah Rodriguez here. What the F? She was not a kid. She was a grown-ass woman. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. And then lastly, which I thought that was pretty interesting, from Terry Green, she said, this shooter idolized school shooters. I normally really enjoy your analysis of this criminal's motives because you're spot on, but I think you were a bit too generous to this killer. So yes, and I think the reason why, again, the reason why she thought I was too nice is because she maybe thought I was saying that because she was a maid monster, she get a pass. No, she does not get a pass, my dears. No. She is a murderer. All right. Let's see. So back to your comments really quickly. Now, hi, Linda. That's right. Hey, Linda, how are you? You made it live. Hi. How did you make it? Did you just did you see the notification, or did you just like what happened? And Deborah, yeah. So first of all, just to be very clear here, I am a brain fart, right? I'm not an expert. I'm not a body language expert. I fall into a category of a counselor. I'm a behavior change specialist, and I do work with clients in terms of changing behavior of the full spectrum, right? I work with corporate, I do a lot of stuff. So and I understand why you might say that, because some comments were like, how the hell do you know all this? What are your credentials? And so I like to fall back a lot in terms of my credentials on my experience, on my life experience, a lot more so than the studies, right? Because you could study all you want, but if you have no life experience, especially in situations like that, it can not do you as much good. And that life experience is dealing with my father, and which was a horrible situation. And so that being said, no, I am pretty sensitive to certain cues because they tend to be very similar, right? They tend to be very similar across the board. So yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next criminal. And this one, I have to give a quick shout out to, uh, she's not in here. I don't remember her username, but she's from Greece. And she directed me to the Vallow saga trial. So I've been following in the background, behind the scene. I've been shadow following it because there's a lot of moving pieces. And I've been taking a lot of notes on it. And so I came out with it now because the trial is moving faster than I would like. And and as you know, as you know, I could be late. So I was like, you know what, Alistair, you better jump on it or you're going to be late. Stop taking notes. Enough with those notes. Start talking. So yeah, so I did. But the operating flow for this, it's quite interesting because because we have to look into why is she so predispositioned to think that way. And a lot of people were saying, oh my god, no, it's her boyfriend situation. No, I think she is a puppet master. I think she is the one that's really controlled the ship. Maybe the boyfriend started it, um uh but she finished it, right? Now, my question to you when it comes to the Vallow saga is, because in my Let's Talk segment, I did mention a little bit of my, oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, Christine. It's not that superb, of course, but I'm very mindful of the fact of the severity of the situation. So let me just say, so people are not confused what I'm talking about. So Christine said this one because the kids were tortured. Yeah, it's very, very awful. However, the way I put together the content flow is I'm moving around that, right? So I am very mindful of that. Matter of fact, I give you a little tip. What's going to happen next week is we're going to look into her body language at the precinct after her ex-husband Charles was killed, which is why I believe she's the ringleader, not that boyfriend of hers, because uh, what you're going to see there, it's mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling to me. Let me acknowledge really quickly someone. Hello, Detective Wobbuffet. Hello, how are you? Very nice to see you. Interesting, Jojo. So Jojo said, by the way, at the time of sentencing, we no longer had a death penalty, but I wish we had. I'm assuming you're referring to the Vallow case. So Linda Perrin, hi Linda, hello. Not a boyfriend anymore. They married shortly after the kids were married. Okay, that's right. That's true. They are married now. Look, another example of grosso modo speaking, right? So because the context, my point that I'm trying to make is that I curated the content and in a way that keep the kids away, but that shows you that I believe she's a ringleader, which means that, you know, the husband slash boyfriend is not an important factor in that context. So therefore, my brain doesn't stop in being super accurate because it's not, if that makes any sense. Got it. Jojo, understood. Perfect. Christine, yes. No. I know. I'm very mindful of it because it was actually quite hard for me to even process it when I figured this out, that the kids were tortured and the way they were killed. And so I, even for my own sanity, I am moving around away from it. So I'm curating the way I'm delivering this story for my personal sake as well. You know, let's go really quickly now to the to the comments. So one of the bad, first of all, hi Delish. You know, every time when I post, it's really cool because when I post, a lot of the time when I post, I post and then I have to resume work. So, and then it's my phone is right here, by the way. And so because I have my phone on me, and so the phone, I have it on silent, but I can see the pops, and it's so cool to see, like, I'm first. It makes me giggle. It really does make me giggle. Anyway, so to go to the comments, right? So BBC3 says that's correct. The comment about the case not being clear is spot on. Yeah, it is a lot of moving pieces. You have to really pay attention. You can't even be a little happy to really process. You need to be brain on and paying attention, right? And by the way, Stella is the one who actually directed me last year to this case. Stella, hi, if when you watch this. So she says, because I read that one. She said, Alistair, I will so disagree with you on the trained detective. Okay. So was she referring to the detective that was interrogating Lori Vallow, you know, the one that flicked her hair at the end? I mentioned that, you know, detectives are trained to be detective. And she disagreed that that particular one is not trained because of the history of the detective history. The so-called detective questioning Lori is DTYN clan, forgive me, aka Karen from Finance of Chandler PD, Arizona, aka the most incompetent police department in the world. They practically closed the case of Charles Vallow brutal murder by Lori's brother as self-defense. They had hard evidence they ignored, never ran a background check on the killer, and also ignored the multiple inconsistencies in the stories of Lori, Cox, and Tylee. They only reopened it when the children were missing. As for the trained detective, her incompetence is monumental. She never intended to elicit information, but instead treated Lori as a victim, not a suspect, never asked any probative questions, and apparently never followed up on any of the of the crap Lori fed her. Hell, she even called the victim advocate for Lori. This woman, together with the other nincompoops, love you, in that PD, police department, have blood on their hands for failing to do their jobs. So let me tell you one thing. Oh, thank you, Christine. I just switched screens, so I just saw that. Thank you a ton. What Stella is saying is correct. Now, Stella knows that case better than me, I bet you. And so because I'm doing a content operating flow, you're seeing stuff beforehand. So she's foreshadowing a lot of the stuff. So it's true. The precinct there didn't do a good job, and I will point that out as well. Dar, you're 100% correct. I don't understand how they went on a honeymoon right after. And in the video I posted on this one, I mentioned to you the phone call when the best friend calls and how happy-go-lucky they sound. You know, that is beyond just a major red flag, right? But let me ask you guys a really quick question. Did you like the way I explained the differences between grasp of reality and concept of reality? and how different they are and how significant and important that factor is. As you formulate the answers, I'm going to go ahead and say another big thank you to Christine F. Hey, hey. And let me read this. Let's see. So, Detective Wobbuffet, Lori was a mastermind of Charles' death, allegedly. I love how you put that allegedly in caps because I read it allegedly. So, Melted Copper said something very, look, this is very interesting. What is the out plan for all these weird parents murdering kids? Like, how do they view next month or year? How limited is their view or goals here? Let me tell you, I asked this question to one of my clients, and I said to him, I said, one thing I don't understand when people commit crimes, or even petty crimes, like, cheat on the taxes or steal something. I always ask myself, like, I asked him, I was like, did they just go home and, like, woohoo, I just stole, this is great. Like, how do they sleep at night? And he said to me, he said, which was pretty interesting. He said it has to do with the opportunity factor. So what does he mean by that? Is that, let's say, if you see $1 million on the table and no one is going to catch you, do you grab it and go home with it? Or do you grab it and give it to the police? Or do you just walk away and continue your path? And he said that the opportunity factor is that the reason why that option of walking away and ignoring it is the least option, because your brain starts to think, well, that's an opportunity. If I walk away, somebody else would take the opportunity. Do you know what I mean? So it forces you into two options. And then the other two option depends on integrity and a whole bunch of factors. And he said that's why most people facing the right conditions will always pick the worst outcome. The worst outcome. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting thought. Let me know what you think. So Christine responded to Melted Copper. I don't know. Maybe they should not even have kids. I agree there 100%. Okay, let's continue the comments. I love it. I love it. So this is a conversation thread between Shavak and Draw. I was going to say the name. I think Alice said got a new camera. I did not get a new camera. Did you put powder on your head to combat the shine? I did not. Is it the lighting tips from your niece? Yes, it is. And then pays to watch till the end. That's true, because I get sillier as the video continues. And then Jojo is like, looks like I also put a spotlight behind him to hit the wall and give the slight reflective brightness. Yeah, Jojo! That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So one of the things she did, my niece changed a lot of the settings here, but she also completely opened the light behind me, so the camera doesn't. Yeah, so the camera sees me, because the camera then is like, oh, who's that? The camera thinks I'm the wall. Does that mean? So it's like searching, looking. It's like, where is it? Where is he? It's so funny. And she did tell me, like, don't, like, careful with the shirt you wear. I said, oh, cool. These kids are so freaking smart. I'm not even that tech savvy. Back in my day, I didn't know what the hell, Hi, Bubbity Bubs. The names are magic. Magic. Okay, so I want to go to Mark's comment. Given all the documented arrogance she's shown to her friends and family about her spiritual superiority, playing the innocent bystander here oozes that psychopath vibe. Interesting, because I talk about that as well in my notes. Is she a psychopath? Right? And so his opinion, Chad was hot for Lori. And I mentioned that in my notes, that one reason why I think she is actually the ringleader, not Chad. Lori was hot for goddess status, absolutely. And imagine you product Chad had a good supply of. Wow, Mark! Damn it! I mean, darn it, Mark! Literally, that's literally what I wrote. I mean, not like that. But anyway, so Chaz and Tammy were in a way. Yes, they were in a way. They were in a way. Till death do us part is an acceptable answer in most mythologies. Alex was Lori's protector, and Tammy started sleeping under her pillow. JJ was in a way entirely knew too much. Oh, I didn't mean to scream. I apologize for your ears. One can only imagine the meeting among the involved party that decided killing the kids was a viable plan. Mark, pretty much. Mark, did you hack my computer? Once again, as humans, we make up a lot of crap that has no parody in the natural world, not the least of the built-in contradiction in our fundamental views of morality. Everything there is fact. At least, at least in my up here. Oh, that's unbelievable, unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, so no, so what it is that the shine is shine. Now now I'm bald headed, so it's like light bulb. It reflects. You know what I mean? Oh, Mark is there. Yeah, Mark, did you hack my computer? Because literally that's what I put in my notes. Because I called her a narcissist, but later on I think she progresses to something worse. Wow. Very insightful, my man. Very insightful. Okay, so let's go to another comment. Casey Chambers. Hi, Casey. So she says, I'm right here. I've been following this case since the start and watching the trial now. It's really heavy. It is really heavy. It is really heavy. For those who just came in here, let me tell you something. I am curating this trial for my own sanity. And so I have created a content operating flow for this. So I'm following a trail that I've laid out, and I'm not deviating for it because it will get too heavy. So she says, if you want to laugh, you have to check out Paul from the Sofa Squad reading Chad Daybell's love story for Lori and Mark, as you mentioned, telling how they first met and fell in love. It's also public knowledge from court records in a document dump, but Paul does a fantastic job for reading, lowering fire to hope you laugh and can find some humor in this strategy. Wow, I guess I'm that predictable, I guess, huh? Yeah, or maybe you guys are just too smart, or you guys just hacked my computer. Yeah, that's in there as well. Wow, 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 wow. Let's go to what you guys are saying here really quickly. So, oh, okay. Yeah, I did say that at the end. Yes, sorry. Kids aren't bright. It feels you can passively. So Matthew Copper says, kids aren't bright. It feels you can passively do that, get a life insurance check, and move on. Like the plan when they are born. Then 5, oh no, he was allergic to bees. Darn. I don't understand. I don't understand. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. Help me out. Let's see. By the way, do you guys have any questions regarding the 2 stories so far, or any thought you want to share regarding the Vallow saga and the massacre, the Nashville massacre of Audrey Hale? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mark Dappers, yeah, funny and true. Okay, so as you formulate your statements, let's go to the next silly Boone. All right, listen, Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone to me. By the way, could you tell I was annoyed when I was making the video? I got annoyed mid-video. I was fine when I did it, and then mid-video, I got super annoyed. Can you tell? Because I was trying to hide it, and I was trying to edit that out. Yeah, but I really, really hope that Sarah Boone gets in touch with me. And I'm really convinced that her friend watches all the Sarah Boone letters that we do. She does. She does. She absolutely does, because there's no way she would put all the quotation letter readers. That's a dig. That's shade towards us. That's shade, And but I think it would be awesome if Sarah Boone writes me a letter, and then we can just. I think it would be great. I'll be friends with her from afar, from afar. From afar. I just read her letters, and what fascinates me about that woman is that she is very well spoken on paper, but you know, it's almost as if she doesn't understand that someone is dead under the circumstances that was created by her. You know, like because I don't know, I feel like Darrell Brooks even understands that what he did is what he did. She completely, she's like, I'm not here. I don't know who you're talking about. That's not me. Do you know what I mean? Like it baffles me a lot. It's like, lady, woman, what are you talking about? Okay, so let's go to the comments of this video. Okay, so hi Dar, I'm here, Alistair. Hello Didi, hello. Thank you for the short comment, of course. And Kathleen Jones said that she is unintentionally condescending, and I love the arrow and the laughter because I think. Oops, sorry, I apologize. Because I think, yeah, I think she's condescending because she's annoyed at us for not being in her head and doing things the way she wants us to do things. You know, I think that's why. I think that's why, which is so silly. And also, if you go up a little higher, Bon Jovi Rock said Sarah has had video calls with her lawyer. But you know, the key here is how much, right? And because I think, you know, Frank has his hands tied. He cannot make the impossible possible. I don't know how he's going to defend that. So, what the conversation between the two do? What? Honestly, I understand why Frank is like, it's wasting my time, woman. I got other clients to take care of because what are we going to talk about? And I understand Frank that 100%. It's 100%, you know, like Dar said, like she still thinks she's gonna go home. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And then Christine said, this one has all my attention. We tried to put my 14-year-old nephew, 140 pounds, in the suitcase, and he didn't fit. Yeah, Christine, you don't even understand. I tried to put my dog, which is like 50 pounds, and she didn't fit. You don't understand. Like, it was such a comical moment here at the house because I was like, okay, maybe Chris, you try, because Chris is smaller than me. Chris, you try, you know? And Chris is like, I can't. I was like, what? Okay, fine. Come on, I bring the dog. Come on, doggy. Come on. Even the dog didn't fit. Like, the dog was like barely, like it was barely, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, I'm not zipping my dog. Stop. You know, but it was like, if we really try, we could zip the dog in, but we, you know, you have to push. It's like, I don't know how did she do that? And then I was like, I thought I was wrong with the dimensions. No, I was right with the dimensions. I was like, no, this is a suitcase, Chris. This is a suitcase. We don't fit. How do you fit inside? Yeah, it was absolutely look at Mark and his comments. She wants to get this suitcase zipped up. You're so funny. Now, Linda said, if Sarah is found innocent, I've given up on the justice system. You know, do not underestimate that potential. Because, you know, her defense is battered woman syndrome. And if Frank does a good job at finding an expert that can connect the dot between Stockholm syndrome, battered woman syndrome equals, you know, XYZ, because all it takes is just one jury to have a second thought. And then it's like, oh, wait, okay. Do you know what I mean? I just hope, look at that. Let's get this suit on for this case. So hilarious. Um, okay, so yeah, so as Linda Perrin said again, one of the lawyers channel I watched said charges could be dropped because of a lawyer, and that will be sad and bad. Yeah, so you see, the charges could be dropped. The charges could be dropped. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Carmen Silva. Bonjour Alistair, c'est presque 1h du matin ici à l'Angleterre, mais t'es irrésistible. Bisous. Bisous à toi aussi. Merci beaucoup. Et bonne nuit. Bonne nuit ou bonne journée? Bonne nuit, I assume. Merci Carmen. Okay, so yes, so she's 100% guilty and narcissistically thinks she can walk her way out. I agree 1,000%. And Christine says if she gets off, it's because of a terrible lawyer. That's true. And if she gets off, I wonder if Frank's career would end, because I can tell you right now, because when you get a lawyer, you look at the history. Nobody gets a lawyer blindly like this. You hired, nobody does that. At least from what I know. No, when you go to a law firm or a lawyer, you look at the history, how much money you won, how many cases you won. You look at the ratio. Ratio is important. How many losses to win? How much monetary have you gotten? Yep. So if Frank loses this case, you'd be like, wait a minute, that's a done deal, and he lost it. Oh no. Frank's career might be over. Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's right. I said battered woman syndrome, right? So they changed the lingo. It's battered spouse syndrome, because Matthew Copper, men do get battered. Men do get battered. Yeah, not just between same-sex relationships, but also between female to men. And why did they change it? Because I believe in the lingo, it was unfair. It was discriminatory because it prevented men from using that defense when it was justified, and so they had to change the lingo of the law. Mm-hmm. And then, Detective Wobbefair, you mentioned something. You mentioned something very interesting here, because if you look at the autopsy of George, he was bruised. That's why in the video I said, Sarah, if you ever speak to me, Sarah, I want to know, how did you drag this suitcase up and down the stairs like that, right? Like, did you tumble it? Did you kick it with your foot? Like, what the hell happened? Please, she remembers. She remembers. Melted copper, maybe cookie batter. You're so funny. And then CD Man 77, you're right. 1 minute she said it was not intentional. Next minute she claims battered spouse. Complete U-turn. CD Man, you and I should be in the jury, but we'll never get picked. I think Frank is it's smart enough for that. Yeah. And then look what MD Nice says. I can fix her. What are you gonna do, MD? Fix her in what way? Pull her hair? Please don't do that. Now, okay. This comment right here. Listen, I want to address this comment right here. I'm gonna highlight it so you can look at it. Right? Do you guys see it? Okay, perfect. Now, I had to be something very clear here. And Olini 9449, if you watched till this point, hello. Okay, hi. And hold on, let me, I could do that like that. Hi. So if you remember when we had Beefy here on the channel, and I was screening the comments, and I did not want to bring up her name. And I'm not going to dive too much into the details because it's irrelevant. But what I do have to say to you, Olini, is that yes, I remember you, and even though it's quite difficult because the usernames attached to the logo, I realize that not every logo are unique, so it makes remembering some people a little bit difficult. But I have a great photographic memory. I know exactly who you are, and I know everything you've said. And I'm not going to point them out here, but the comment you just made right here, hello, remember me? Yes, I do remember you. Well, since your insensitive reaction with Beefy, I am frightened to comment here. Okay. My reaction was not insensitive. My reaction was quite nice, to be really quite honest, considering of the stuff you've said, because I've read them all and I know them all. But listen, listen, you reply after, so I won't. But here's the thing, you commented, which is a good thing. Don't run away yet, because I'm going to give you a compliment. I'll simply say hello. Hi, Olini. Hello. I don't think you can insult that comment. Sincerely, that's shade, Olini, isn't it? It's shade, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll take the shade because you got your message across without insulting me. Now that is amazing. For me, mission accomplished. Because Olini, we both know you've insulted me and other people quite a lot. And this is how I want you to comment, Olini, like that. I want you to comment like that. Perfect. Comment like that. Perfect. I'm not mad. Please, I'm not mad. I'm actually quite glad that you're commenting like this. You know why? You guys want to know why it's shady? I'll tell you why it's shady. Because she mentions insensitive reaction. Okay, fine. And then she said, frightened to comment, but you commented. So clearly, that's scared, right? So I won't, but you just did. So clearly, it's a, I simply say hello, hi. I don't think you can insult that comment, question mark. Like, really? Sincerely, genius. Very well done, Olini, because the message is clear. I understood it. And that's how I want you to comment. Don't be scared to comment, but comment politely. Insult me politely. That's it. Yeah, you could I have no control over. You see, look, even Christine, people know you here, Olini. Look, I have no problem with because I can't control how you take things. I can't control that. I'm not gonna waste my time controlling that. All I can do is control what I say, what I do, and what I portray, and how I take it. I don't have to take it. I don't have to take it, my dear. Absolutely not. So no, that's why I wasn't addressing it because it was comical. It was comical because why do you have to go at me so hard like that, right? But I'm actually so glad that you commented like that because that's how I want you to comment. And I don't dislike you, Olini. I don't. I really don't. Because you were from the. I'm not gonna say much, but I see everything and I know everything. How narcissistic? Not pretending to the comments because that's what I do in my pastime. I don't really watch that much TV. I read the comments. I read the comments. Maybe some of you don't believe me, but I read them. I read them. But thank you. Thank you for coming. Don't be scared. I don't dislike you. I really don't. And I am sorry you felt like I was being insensitive. So you know what? I'll take that back because I don't want you to feel like I was being insensitive. Okay? Okay, lady. Truth. Speak your mind, just politely. Speak your mind politely. Don't curate yourself like that. But be polite. That's it. Oh, look at how we solve problems. Isn't that great? Hi, Katrina. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Heidi. Oh, oops. Hello, Heidi. Hello, Linda Boot. Oh, wait. I've seen you. You're here already. Okay. Oh, sorry. That's a cupper. Who cares if you're insensitive? If I want a Logic Vulcan chat, I will find a role-playing sport club. Now, Christine, thank you so much, Christine. Yeah, don't be frightened, Olini. Don't be frightened. No. No. You could comment as you want. Just be polite. Be mindful. Right? Yeah. Thank you, Christine. Christine, you are amazing. Carmen, can anyone explain to me how Sarah claims to have been playing hide and seek with that poor man? So she helps him hide and then what? Count to 20 and go find him the whoop. That was really funny. Was that supposed to laugh? Is that okay? That was really funny. Yeah, yeah, Sarah. Oh, that's a good question. She would never contact me. Sarah Boone would never send me a telegram. But Sarah, that's a question I will ask her. Absolutely. Absolutely. Detective Wildbefet. Oh, okay. So see, Yes, Detective Wobbuffet. Yes, yes, she does. And I don't even know if it's she or he. And look, don't be shy and afraid to comment. You know, don't be taking uh don't be pushed out. Matter of fact, matter of fact, um, because the fact that you say that, Detective Wobbuffet, I'm going to pay close attention now to her replies because I can take it. But if it's making the community toxic, I'll take action. So I'll keep a closer eye on the replies because I don't want you to feel like that, right? I don't want you to feel like that, and I'll do a better job of curating, and I'll take notes, and I'll track. And for those who don't believe me, I'll tell you I read all the comments because it's entertaining. I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. Anyway, let's continue to the comments here. Oh, okay, yeah. So to go back to what Cassie Jones said, you know, I've had a very difficult. I had a very difficult week. I don't complain much. I'm tired of complaining. So, but it's nice. It's nice. It's very nice. Kathleen Jones, thank you so much. Thank you a ton. And you know, I think I told you guys that I'm being therapized to handle you guys a little better. Yeah, 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 because it's important. At the end of the video, I'll share the Let's Talk segment. I'll share a bit more on that so we can be very clear on. But I'm gonna come back better. Better. I have trained myself to think a little differently. Um, Look, Michelle, you're so funny. Fake it till you make it, Frank. Yes, fake it till you make it, Frank. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Let me just say, oh, Kira, 1920. Now, what did I do with that suitcase? So funny. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. No, Detective Wogbat, do it. Comment. I'll keep a closer eye. I was not a I can handle it. I just was not aware that it was persuasive, per, pervasive. Oh my God, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, yeah, I did not know that it was leaching like that. And it's making me not very happy. So I keep an eye on that. Um, Mark Draper, it's like playing hide and seek with a dog. Just cover their eyes. You're so funny, Mark. You're so funny. Hey, if you don't mind me asking you guys, it just popped into my head. Um, what you guys do for a living? I'm curious. Please don't throw tomatoes. I know some of you are retired. Um, just let me know, just so I know a little bit, because I can get a mental idea of people's background, you know, of their history background, right? If you're like, I was, I don't know, a geologist, I'm like, okay, so he understands science. Or if I was, you know, an acrobat, all right, so they know functional fitness, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you can, just comment that for me really quickly while I set up the pièce de résistance while we all here in the first place. What a complete mess. All right. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This is great. I gotta say, um, oh yeah, let me see. So to answer the comments, special education teacher, you are essential. Oh, Oswin. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know I have a friend who's a special education teacher and they work so hard, man. Katrina, student, what are you studying? Awesome. Detective Wobbuffet. Yeah, I know your story. And um mm, mm-hmm. Kisses. Carmen Silva. I used to be a lawyer, hated it. How interesting. Now I work with children with special needs. I love it. Why did you hate to be a lawyer? Let me know. First of all, were you a defense lawyer? Were you a prosecutor? Uh, were you a mediator? So many lawyers. What kind of lawyer were you? Broke a hip, have been homebound for almost a year. I am a teacher. Teachers, teachers are the foundation. Teachers are the foundation of our society. Do you understand that? Do you know why? Because they teach our kids. They teach the future. Do you know what I mean? Because we all send our kids to daycare because we're like, oh my God, children, go away. But teachers are the one who collect, who collects them. Welcome in a basket. Do you know what I mean? Oh, teachers. Yeah. Didi, I had to step away for a while. What is a dissension? We are here to discuss and have a good time amid all the craziness of this world. So what is a dissension? So we are just talking poop. We're talking we talked about Haley. We talked Heidi. 1 second, I need my notes. Apologize. Got it. We talked about Audrey. We talked about Sarah Boone, and we talked about Lori. Isn't it crazy that I needed my notes to remember me of the names? I know their names. It's just it was not in the forefront, so I couldn't fish it. So I needed an anchor. There. Christine, I'm just an everyday mom. It's a hard job also. Melted Copper, yes. I don't know who you're talking about, but sure. Oh, Linda, retired painter, volunteer mental institute. Oh, that is so cool. Jojo, I just saw my insurance agency had a staff of 4. Yeah. Insurance work, they work hard. David, nice to see you. How are you? How are you? And I am Portuguese. Lawyers do not specialize there. Okay, so Carmen is Portuguese. Lawyers don't specialize there. Obrigado. Borboleta. I think I said it right. But mostly did mergers and acquisition. Oh wow. Rich people wanting me to bend the law all the time. Oh my God. Oh my God, Carmen. I know exactly what you mean. And it is absolutely exhausting. Yes. It's like the rules don't apply to them, right? It's like what are you doing? Yeah, the rules don't apply to them. They expect you to not pay your taxes. They expect you to do crazy stuff. Yeah. The panda bear. So the panda bear is you're so funny. The panda bear is supposed to be on the icon. The panda bear is the eyeballs are looking at Darrell Brooks like That's why the panda bear was being shady. Dar was an event coordinator, but I'm on leave of absence to take care of Ellie mom. Oh, you were joking. Okay. Haha. I'm not even mad. I don't have a good sarcastic bone anyway. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. David. Yeah. Look at that. Sorry to hear that, David. Melted Copper. You're so funny. Obrigada. Obrigada, Borboleta. Perfect. Okay, so let's go to Darrell Brooks really quickly here. So let me explain to you one thing with Darrell, and let me go to the comment. He really, 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 really enjoys the limelight. And the moment Judge Darrell really turned off his mic, it irritated him so much. He was looking forward more so to the Judge Joe, to all these people. He was looking forward to it more than he did with the Erica Patterson trial, because he wasn't even groomed that day. He didn't seem so interested at all. But this thing, he's like, pow! I'm gonna go see my friends. All right, so let's go to the comments when it comes to Darrell's video. Oh boy, pretty funny. Yeah, they're pretty funny. Okay. By the way, um, do you think in that video I mentioned in the video I said that if anybody know, I know some of you may know Erica Patterson, and I mentioned that you should give her like the advice to go shop around her story and stuff. I wonder, has anybody done that? I'm just curious. Has anyone like actually uh, done that and stuff like that? You know, um, I'm just curious. And if so, what did she say? You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go to the comments of Darrell because it is so many. So many. Where do I start? Where do I start? um, hmm. You know what, Mark? I'm going to start with yours. Yeah, all of your comments make me think. It made me think, but Mark's make me think extra hard. Mark, I have to think. So, like with Mark, I can't be drunk. With Mark, I cannot be drunk or smoking. Yeah, yep. Okay, anyway, so one of your more insightful videos, thank you. I'm not sure where any punishment achieves the desired end. That is rehabilitation. If rehabilitation can be as much of a dodge as getting religion. Okay. The death penalty only offers closures. Okay. For those victims who choose to see it that way. Oh, what? It simply clears the state's books of dozens who take their place. Okay. We have no way of knowing if the point has been made to the convict. Damn, that was harsh. I get it now. LOL. And even, I'm right here. If you wonder where I am, I'm right here with the holiday thing. And even the expectation of punishment in the minds of the rest of us is uncertain in light of the deathbed conversion clause in Western mythology. I don't know what that is. Mark, you're here. Please. When I read that, I was like, what? What is that? What? Deathbed conversion clause in Western mythology. Mark, what is that? Besides the word penalty, I mean, oh, here comes the second. I mean, hockey players get a penalty implying something you recover from. Good point. Sentence describes it better. You don't get done being dead. You see. Positive note. After a prolonged winter, the plants have exploded this week. Yeah. Spring is short here, but worth waiting for. Yeah, the plants, everything is in bloom. It's like literally murdering me with pollen. Yeah. Guys, that was really good. So this is what I mean. You guys' comments are the bee's knees. The bee's knees, bzz, the bee's knees, the cat's meow, the dog's woof. Do you think I'm silly? Yeah, of course I am. Of course I am. Let's go to let's go to let's go to this thing. So I remember seeing this comment, and it says, you're 100% right. So many people work and struggle and go without including children, but yet a mass murderer who never paid taxes doesn't have to worry about affording anything. It's given to them. So to go back to the last live I did, I said the last live that I did, and I mentioned that that I did have a problem with criminals really enjoying the fruits of our labor. But I forgot the guy's name. But he changed my mind on that. And I'm curious to know, what do you guys think? So what do you guys think? Do you think criminals like Darrell Brooks, hard criminals, do they deserve, Jojo, I want to know what you think on that. Do they deserve tax dollars? Sounds terrible when I say that, doesn't it? Yeah, let me know. But while I do that, I want to say to Christine. Okay, so yeah, I did. I messaged her. I haven't got a reply. I'm assuming she's busy. And Erica, okay, she hasn't been on Instagram for a while. Okay, I hope she's okay. David, hang in there. Yeah, David, hang in there. And Christine said, no, she was on YouTube the other day. Okay, perfect. And Detective Wolfe said he belongs in the Victorian prison, make big rocks into little rocks, get him digging tunnels to get the prison water. That's so funny. You know, when I spoke to my judge friend, my judge friend, client / friend, I said that to him. I said, why don't we just have the criminals, since they all day they do nothing, like the good behaved ones, we can pay them money to go clean the parkway, is, you know, or the nature, you know, pick up the garbage and put the, you know. And my judge friend said, you know, that's not a good look. He left it as that, and I understood exactly what he meant. After a few, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, so it's not a good look if we have prisoners cleaning, prisoners in bound, you know, because they have to have security to make sure nobody runs away. So to make sure nobody runs away, they need to be bound. It's not a good look. And I was like, oh, I understand what you mean. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Oh boy. Do you think they would? Do you think? No, I don't think there's ever going to be a civil lawsuit against Darrell. I think. I think the families got their justice. Otherwise, they would have made. Otherwise, they would have made more of a big noise if they knew. If they knew. If they knew that they would get something more by suing Darrell civilly. Yeah, they would. They would have had more of a lawsuit. Okay. Let me do this. Perfect. All right. So, oh, I'm sorry. Did my condition mess up again? I'm sorry. Did it? Right. Do they deserve? I think I did, right. So, do hard criminals like Darrell deserve access to our tax dollars? Because, you know, as I said, plenty of people that I know who have it hard are not criminals, and they don't have, you know, money could be spent better there. But I told you my point was change. My point was change after one of my viewers changed my mind on that. It's like, instead of putting criminals down, why don't we elevate everybody else? Right? Is that what he said? No. Instead of, yes, that's what he said. Like, change the standards, changing the standards of what's considered basic. And I was like, oh, well, good point. Very good point. So Jojo says criminals like Darrell Brooks deserve a death penalty. I don't want to spend my tax dollars on the next 20 to 40 years. Man, Jojo, you're not even wrong. However, he has a long life keeping him in a criminal convict. Jojo, you're not even wrong. I can't even say you're wrong. Yes. Carmen, why pay them money? They get room and board for free. Oh, so true. So true. People like Brooks need to work and pay back every penny to families. You guys are right. You know, I've had this conversation. I have to choose my words carefully. I have this conversation with people that I know, and when we talk about prisoners, it always deviates to a certain direction. And I always say, I'm like, at the end of the day, though, right? Like, what value do you put on the human life who's been affected? Even if it's not even if the outcome is not death, what if the outcome is, you know, my house is burned down, my house is this, or I have to move? Do you know how annoying it is to move? I'll tell you guys a quick story. You know, I don't know that person, but a friend of a friend, last week, he came over and we just had a conversation. And in the middle of the conversation, his friend calls him, like the phone rings, and, you know, without thinking so hard, he just put it on speaker. And, you know, I'm polite, so I said, okay, I'll just move, and you finish your phone call. And right as he put on speaker, his friend the other line is crying, and so I'm like, okay, well, okay, so I'm definitely gonna move and leave. And before I could even leave, he goes straight into what the issue was. Somebody broke into his home. Somebody broke into his home. So I'm gonna tie it all together. I'm gathering my thoughts. He's sleeping. It's like he's sleeping. It doesn't matter what time it is. It's his house. He's sleeping. And he wakes up. Like, you know, when you sleep, sometimes you turn and your eyeballs open a little bit. His eyeballs open to someone in his room. I want you he lives by himself. Process that for a second. The door is locked. How did that person come in? Through the window. He doesn't live on the first floor. I'm like, does he live on the first floor? No, he lives on the top. That person climbed, I don't know, the facade of the building and got into his apartment. Thank God nothing happened, because he was like, what the hell are you doing here? Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. But he was so frazzled. His lease doesn't end till next year. I said, what? But it's stuff like that. So to go back to the conversation that I have with some people about criminals, and it always goes to a certain direction, I tell them, what about that person who gets traumatized for life? Because I can tell you right now, I'm moving. I'm breaking the lease and I'm moving. But then remember, not everybody can do that. Not everyone can just break the lease and move. And besides, moving is stressful and annoying. Do you know what I mean? I always say that, and the answer always comes down to like, you know, you can't. What about the person who's affected by the actions of the other? They deserve something too, you know? Okay, let me go to your comments. So I think it was one of you, I think it was Christine, who said, yeah, the death penalty costs more money than life without parole. That's true. I remember that. And oh, look, Christine, hello, 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 hello. Salut, 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 salut. Hi, Christine. I think it was hi, Christine Covey. There's two Christine. And Christine F said, yeah, you're correct, Katrina. And again, Detective Waterfield said, Wisconsin doesn't have the death penalty. It was never an option. That is very true. And go back to Linda Boot. Darrell had no remorse. He gets to live under supervision. American taxpayer cleans the way for him not to starve to death. Yeah. Like the federal death standard of double-digit killers are subject to death throughout the country. David said, having Darrell Brooks alive in prison for a chance, however, seemed to escape. No, absolutely not. If Darrell Brooks took 6 lives, including a child, because he was set death penalty, yeah, I think certain crimes need to be met with equal action. It's not grown up of me. I know, but so what? You know. Darrell Brooks, however, has given many YouTubers a spikes and monetization. You know, I'm going to address this. I'm going to address it. Listen. Listen. You're correct halfway, because what I don't know if you're a content creator. Are you? Because Big Brother YouTube is the one who's making all the money, darling. No. Now, I can tell you as a content creator who's dealt with Darrell Brooks, yeah, the money is nice from the monetization, but it's not enough to pay rent. Yeah. Shocker, right? Shocker. Yeah. So it spikes. That's true. Monetization is true. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. It really isn't. Yeah, it's money, but it's not enough to cover rent. How is that? Is that a good? Does that give you a good window? Definitely not enough to cover a mortgage. Okay. Oswin, it will make me feel better if any money he makes goes directly to the families that were harmed, not just a percentage of it. Yeah, Oswin, that's very true. However, the federal government has some rules on that, because they believe, again, it's a perk of being American. But as an American, you have the right to happiness. And yeah, it will make you unhappy if you worked for the rest of your life to pay your victim back. Yeah. I'd love to chat with you one day to tell about my story. Can I email you? You know I dated a murderer. Yeah. Yes, of course. Email me your story, and if I will read it. And in the bottom of the story, let me know if you want me to share it. And if you don't want me to share it, you know what happens to the letter? It gets destroyed. Because I'm not going to keep, because I didn't get permission, I'm not going to file it. It will get destroyed just in case, I don't know, it doesn't secretly leak. Yeah, I do that. I do that with, I gotta tell you something, sure. And then I destroy it. Carmen, yeah, that's true. Yeah, 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 yeah. Linda, oh, Oswin. If you wonder, this is what Oswin said. Yeah, and everybody's agreeing. I've searched into how he's doing in jail. It is very hard to get that info, and I'm nosy. I have nothing to lose, so I'm pretty bold. And when I ask stuff, I'm like, hello, look, I'm like, who is this? Hi, it's Alistair. Who is that? What? Yeah. So click. Hello, yeah, hi, it's Alistair. Yes, yeah, I have nothing to lose. I already know you're gonna hang up on me, so I'll call again. I'm like Sarah Boone in that sense. But that's different because I'm trying to get information, but I do try up to a certain point, then I stop for like maybe a year or two, and then I try again later, hoping to get somebody else, Yeah, that's how I get back. Yeah. Uh yes, Darrell Brooks was just stalling. It was just stalling techniques. So just stalling techniques. And you know what? I didn't want to mention it, but because I thought it was pretty obvious, but he was nervous. He was very nervous throughout the entire trial. Like there was a sense of insecurity in him. He was, because narcissists are insecure by default, and you put them in that situation, they're like, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah. So he had to put a front all the time. He must have gone home completely emotionally exhausted. Oh my god, Katrina. Katrina, do you mind sharing the story? You don't have to. Listen, you don't have to. You could share it with us, or you could send me an email and share it with me only, and then you tell me from where you share it. Yeah. What murderer? Damn. Damn, you guys. I thought I lived the life. No, I lived. I just never I never dated a murderer. My God. Although many instances I could have been many times. I'm like, oh my God, we're alive. Yes. Oh, cool. All my limbs, my organs. Yep. Oh, perfect. Very good. Where's the door? Oh, there it is. It's not even funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. Anyway, yeah. So I married one I meant. Yes. Okay. Cat and dog. Hey, 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 girl. Hey, 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 hey. So he's serving life without parole. Wow. A question onto that. When someone serves life without parole, what do they do all day? No, honestly, what do they do all day? You know? Yeah, too far. Because who's gonna clean all that blood? Wobbuffet. Oh, Metsa Copper. No, no, it doesn't suck. No, don't look. Let me tell you something. Think of it in the sense of having fun. Because if you think of it in the sense of monetization, you're gonna be very disappointed. No, go in there with having fun. Go in there with a different intention, because when time gets rough, then the anchor that's there is, it's not the money, and it's not whatever else. It's like it's fun. Money is important, but money is not everything. And if you want sustainability, you have to do it because you like it. I know it sounds silly, right? It sounds silly. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, not every day is gonna be perfect, but it's important that you enjoy it. Hi, hi, hello, LJ28303. Hi. Um, let's see, Jojo. I know I'm behind the comments. Keep commenting away, because anyway. My point is, he would be alive, and he does not disturb. He does not disturb to be alive, so deserve to be alive, and we are spending our money. Yes, Jojo, I agree. I think Jojo, it obviously understands very well that death penalty is more expensive. I get distracted by the comments. Sorry. Death penalty is a death row is more more expensive, but she just wants Darrell Brooks. Yeah, that's it. Just say that, Jojo. Let's go. Let's go. You ready? Let's go. Let's climb the prison. Let's wear a ski mask. Oh no, I can't do that. I get in trouble. Oh wait. No, let's go. Let's go ski, Jojo. Okay. Let's go. YouTube takes percent. Yes, takes 30% of everything. That's it. That's true. There's a few caveats on that. Too long to explain, but they always win. Yeah, Daddy Bailiff. Oh, Daddy Bailiff. Verna, last session I was looking for you, but I think you had left early. I got rid of the notes from last time. Let's see. I still have it. I need to remember your story. I think your story was no, I'm sorry. I think I may have threw away that paper. I don't remember your story. I don't remember your story, but if you would like to share, please do share. Let's see. Linda, you're so funny. Wow, to have a happy criminal. I'm so behind the comments. Please keep commenting. No. Sorry. Okay, any stuff question. Oh, thank you so much, David. You're a go-getter. Yeah, I am, but because I have no choice. I got a kids to feed, retirement to plan. I have no choice. Let's see. The last thing was to get trial. Yes, Darrell Brooks wanted the trial to be completely over. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's not. He did not want for it to happen. You know, I have been again for Wabifet. You know, I've been working a lot behind the scenes on a few things to elevate us a little bit, and one of them is I am still trying to perfect a situation where we can talk. For those who want, we can talk like this with cameras. For if you want to turn your camera on, we can all talk like this with a camera. I am working on it. I'm not super tech savvy, but I have my nieces and my nephews to help me with that. Yeah. I'm gonna go current so I don't miss you guys. Miss you guys. Anyway, so let me share with you a little bit. Sorry. There, Verna. That's Verna's story. My baby brother murdered my mom. Ah! Look, Verna, you don't have to share. But we're nosy. Are we not? We're nosy. I have a question for you guys, and I want to know what you guys think. I am thinking of creating a series of that's based on narcissist people, and I've curated a very pseudo operating flow, like how to recognize them, what to do if this happens, etc., etc. Would you like that? And the idea came to me when one of my clients she was so frustrated. She was actually hurt. She was crying, and she was saying how her friend for like so many years, she had to drop her friend, and she went above and beyond for her friend. Her friend was literally quintessential narcissistic. It was all about her at every level. You know, my client would bend over backwards to please her friend, and her friend would be like, "Oh, cool, thanks," like completely inconsiderate. I was like, I think based on what you're telling me, I think your friend is. You need to run away from her. This is just my, but my client's family even told my client, you need to drop her because she is so toxic to you. But she was so sad because that was her friend, and another thing here is that codependency. I didn't tell my client that, but in my mind I was like, what happened to you for you to be vulnerable to that codependency? Because she was so distraught, even though she was being mistreated so badly by her friend, she was so distraught the fact that she had to let her friend go. Oof, boy. Which is very sad. You know that it's very sad. You know why it's very sad? Because I believe most people are nice people. I think most people are inherently good. And it just takes one freaking person to just ruin everything. And that one person just didn't have to do it. And it just takes that potentially good soul into a complete different direction. It's so sad. It's so, so sad. You know? Okay, Verna told his story. Okay. So Verna said her baby brother murdered. I can say that. What time is it? I can say that. It's late into the video. Murdered her mom. Oh my God. Oh my God. So this is what Verna said. She dared to tell him no. Oh crap. Oh my God. He stoned her to death on a back road in town. Verna. He got 20 and served 3 years since the prison was full. Excuse me? What? Verna, how old were you guys? Was he the older brother? Was he the youngest brother? What did she say no to? Did he have a substance abuse? Like, if you don't mind us asking, more of the substance. Why did you say me too, Linda? Me too to what? Let me go up. What did I miss? Me too. Okay. Me too to what, Linda? Oh my God. And so Carmen, yeah, Verna, yeah. Carmen, yes, narcissism theory. My father was one, and then I married one. Fascinating topic. It really is. It really is. And let me ask you something, Carmen. Do you feel like there are remnants, there are bits and pieces of your father narcissism in you? Curious. You know what? You know who I want to hear from? Carmen, answer. I'm just curious here. Dar, if you're still here. Christine, if you're still here. Christine, not Covey, Christine, the mom. Oh, Christine Covey's a mom too. Okay, Christine F. Christine F. Perfect. Look at me. Look, okay. Okay. Yeah. So what did I say? Christine, Dar, Mark. Yeah. I'm just curious. Actually, you, David. You too, David. I'm just curious. Have you guys have experience with a narcissistic parent, a narcissistic lover? If so, say yes or no. Yeah. Let's see what you guys says. Verna, she got 20. Oh wait, I said that already. Sorry. I apologize. I'm catching up on my thing. I'm the oldest of 5. This happened in 97. Wow, recent. Please, it's recent. My mom just turned 65. I'm so sorry. Verna. Oh, Mark, Alistair, you take a narc will probably be more practical and down to earth than others I've seen. Oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you. I was thinking. Thank you. So I put the grosso modo operating flow. I'm sorry, content flow, like bullet points of how I want the series to go and follow. And okay, I'll tell you another secret. I'm trying to get my therapist on here, and because it would be great to have someone with credentials other than me talking to come back here and there. She said no, but I don't push no's, but I slid a little bit here and there. So what do you think? Do you still want to try? No. Okay. And then maybe like next month or 2 months later. So whenever you want, I throw hints, but I don't push. Verna again. She was 41. He was 36. Wow. So to go back to, I asked the question to Carmen. I said if there were any remnants of her narcissistic father in her, and she replied, "Nothing of my father in me. On the contrary, it made my self-esteem and confidence non-existent." Okay, Verna. Okay, Carmen. Here is my next question. So, because it made you self-esteem and confidence non-existent, what did you do to surmount that issue? Answer. Okay. Verna's brother, he died in 16. He died in 16 from kidney cancer. Oh, I see. Oswin. Oh, thank you, Oswin. Thank you so much. David, yes. David Edward Lover. Okay. Cats and dog. Yes, I do. Okay. Verna, my brother was one. Okay. Katrina. Okay. Linda. Okay. Okay. Yes, father. I see. And Dara saying no, she hasn't. Mark, Jojo, I'm waiting on your answers. No, I mean, I know about Jojo. Who did I say? I know about Jojo. Mark, you're the only one left. Yeah, I know about Jojo, but Mark, you're the only one left that I'm curious to know. You don't have to answer. Answer! No, you don't have to answer. You don't have to answer. What am I doing? What a mess. Okay. I feel like I had something to say. What did I have in my head? Oh, right. I'm Carmen. I need to write this down. So I'm waiting for Carmen. And I'm waiting for Mark. Perfect. Cats and dogs. It's so nice. It's really nice when I see a lot of the regulars. You guys make me so happy. Mm-hmm. You do make me very, 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 very happy. You do make me very, 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 very happy. Like Christopher says, you guys are my mistress. Although therapist says, stop talking like that. Okay. Anyway, anybody drinking anything special? I'm drinking coffee because I have to work after this. Can you believe it? That sucks. I have to work. It's so terrible. Oh, that's awful. How awful. But I gotta work. And thank you, David. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you. What time is it? It's 1 hour and 30 minutes in. I think it's safe enough to share this. It's okay. So I told you guys that I'm being therapist how to handle you better. Oh, Derek. Okay, Mark answered. Here's a Derek from my mom. You tell me. I got you a nice sweater for Christmas, but you weren't here, so I took it. Wow. Okay, so your mother. Mm-hmm. Cats and dogs. Yeah. Carmen answered. To surmount the issue of low self-esteem, I stopped working in law and started working with children with disabilities and family issues of bad mental health with terrible self-esteem, two-way healing. Would you say it made you more sensitive to the underdog? It made you more sensitive to injustice and to anybody who survived narcissism? Would you say that's one of the things that, like, that silver lining that you get, right? Do you feel that like that? Let me know. Anyway, so yeah, my therapist helping me handle you guys because something unhealthy has been going on. And Carmen, yes, far more sensitive, empathetic, and I'm going to leave that here because that is why I'm being therapized to handle you guys better because I'm too sensitive and I'm too empathetic. It is interfering a lot with certain things. Melted Copper is having a good time. I'm hovering to Tito's vodka and Blue Local Monsters. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Everybody get down. I'm having a good time with this old school music. Do you know that? I pumped the volume up today while working in the office, and I was just twirling like an umbrella. It was great. Great, great. I was like, wow, I was meant for those days. What? How do people sit down? You can't sit down with that. Okay, focus. So I'm being therapized for that, and I'll share with you because we're deep into the video. So people who get to this point might not judge me that hard. And whatever I say, don't change anything about you, okay? Because it's not a you problem. It's a me issue. Does that make sense? So don't feel pity. Don't feel anything. I'm just sharing an information, but don't change anything. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay. So one of the big thing as because I'm very sensitive and I've become more of that since the baby, and I have it under control better now than it was when I first met you. It's a complete different Alistair, which is why I said to you guys I love it, because I am growing, and people come and go. People come and go, and people have different opinions of stuff, right? I can handle the opinions in writing. I can handle that. Then people talk smack. I can handle that because people talk smack at me all the time. But the difference here is that because my perception, I perceive you guys as my friends, and it's interfering whenever there's a it's not healthy, when there's a no-show, right? So for example, it's completely not healthy, and it's not a you thing, it's a me thing, so don't change anything. Don't change anything. So for example, like if I don't hear from a particular person for X amount of time, I will feel a little bit down. In my normal life, I would just call, hey, what's going on, what's happening? But I don't have that luxury here. Does that make sense? So there's like a embrouillement dans la tête. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's interfering a lot with the way I normally am, because my perception is such, and therefore I deal with that perception a certain kind of way, which doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I need to treat it a different kind of way. Does that make sense? I'll give you a perfect example. When work was super high, because work was supposed to come down, I was not available as much to do the shooting, editing. I was not available as much, right? Do you know that I felt so terrible? Actually, that's where the conversation started. I was like, I'm letting them down. Chris was like, what? Calm down. But in my mind, it felt like that. And I get therapist once a month, and I brought it up, and the therapist was like, this is entering a point that's becoming a little unhealthy. So we need to take a step back. We need to assess how we interpret things, and then we're going to move forward step by step. So I needed to step back so I can look at you guys in a different lens. Does that make sense? Yeah. Again, whoever watches this, it's not a you thing. It's a me problem. I give you another example. Something, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. I'll give you another example, right? So, because I seem disorganized, but I'm very in tune. I'm very in tune. And in that being in tuneness, I can somewhat kind of see, I can connect a few dots. I'm speaking in riddles. If you're wondering why I'm talking like that, I'm speaking in riddles. I can connect a few dots, and I can with fairly good accuracy determine a little bit like who left, who stayed, who's gone, and maybe why, and it affects me. Yeah, I'm not gonna say names, but there's a few people I'm like, oh, what happened? What happened? Right? And in my head it's like something I've said, something I've done, like what happened? And it eats me up because maybe when this is over, when you guys all go home, maybe I'm not there anymore, but it's not the case with me. And that's why I'm being trained to, when this is over, that it's over, right? I'm being trained not to take this with me. Does that make sense? Because what happens is that I told you guys are like my mistress, like Chris says, because in my mind, I'm not disconnecting. Does that make any sense? Which makes a problem because it's online. People subscribe and go all the freaking time at least there. Are you serious? Like, get it together. Like, like, what are you gonna do? Like, oh my god, you unsubscribe. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Just what I'm trying to say. Like, it's unhealthy. It's getting a path of being unhealthy because the interaction is not a one-on-one interaction. There's no way to, I'm a conversationist. I'm a diplomat. I solve my problems with chatter. People in my real life, it doesn't happen that often. But someone is not happy with something I said, they call me. Like, for example, Ty, he called me right away and be like, stop talking. I said, okay. Why? We had a conversation. We came to an agreement. Solved. Right? So that's what it is. Oh God. Now let me look at your comments. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Oh. Oh, perfect. Yeah, like for example, thank you guys. Like, perfect sense. Okay, thank you for understanding. Because I'm like, am I explaining this correctly? So that's what I'm dealing with, which it makes sense. Like, my therapist is like, yeah, you're entering a different world now. So I said, okay. But unfortunately, she told me that she wants to retire. So after she's done with this work, she's retiring. To give you an idea, she's up there. She came out. I've had her since I was a teenager. I'm 38 years old now. She said she came out of retirement to help me during my crisis. And she told me, I really want to retire, Alistair. I'm tired. I said, I understand. So this is our last venture, and then I have to go back there and look for one. Yeah. David, yes, I'm an introvert. You wouldn't believe it. I am an introvert. The best thing I love to do. But see, I'm an introvert with people I enjoy. I love to stay home with company. and because I'm laissez-faire. And so in other words, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna go to my room, take a nap, you could stay, I'll be right back. I'll see you in a few hours. It's like that. I told you, some people come in here. I have a couch over here, and there's plenty of little tables. Marius come down here, knocks on the door, he announces himself. Hi, hello, good morning. He just parked himself here because he works from home too, but he wants to change the scenery. I was like, can you walk the dog? Okay, thanks. I come down here, I do my work. Are you hungry? Yeah. I go upstairs. Yeah, but it's all the confine of a space. I don't enjoy anymore. I don't enjoy anymore too much of the night scene anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like a restaurant, sure, but I like quality time with people. It's the best. It's the best. In the garden, walking around barefoot, smoking a cigar. I smoke cigars. Smoking the cigars, drinking whiskey. I do that too. Having a conversation. Man, there's nothing better than talking. Yeah. And Christine, yes, that's what I'm learning to do. Leave us behind till the next time, which is one of the things the therapist said. Stop replying. That's why I haven't replied for a while. She said, stop replying because it's preventing you from disconnecting. Yeah, she said, stop replying. Learn to disconnect. You can read. I said, can I read them, please? Because I need to know what's going on. Yeah, you can read them. Don't reply. And when you can handle it, then you can reply. Yeah, this is all new to me. So I'm learning And so that's why I say I'm so lucky to have this therapy. Can you imagine if I didn't have a therapist? I would be a freaking wreck. So this is all news to me. So I am learning as I go, and that's why I'm saying I will be a better man when this is done. You know. Uh, 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 what am I doing? I have no idea. Sometimes I do stuff because it comes to my head. I have no idea. So funny because at the beginning I'm all composing stuff, and then it gets all messed up as the night goes about because I get very comfortable, and then I stop controlling anything, and it's like freaking happy. Hey, what's the plan for the weekend? What are you guys doing? Mark is so funny. Mm-hmm. Oh, Oswin, 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 share if you don't mind. You don't have to share the details, but did you enjoy it? Was it difficult? Was it? Were you scared? Did you get clarity? You know, share whatever you want to share. Whatever you want to share. PACT Nation House Store. So funny. No night scene for me anymore. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Love being home. Yeah, being home is great. What? It's great. Okay, cats and dog. Yeah. Oh, you got work tomorrow. Oh, you're not leaving. Okay, you got work tomorrow. Yeah, you got work tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got work also. I got work. I plan on because I do have to work after this. So 8, maybe 10 more. 8:55. I'm gonna end the live because otherwise I go to bed at very late, and I have a meeting in the morning tomorrow. Oh God. But I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I can't escape it. I gotta do it. Yeah. Yeah, it happens, Oswin. Yeah. It's happened. It feels so good, but it happens. This weekend I'm preparing for a slime session with children I work with celebrating King Charles' coronation. Okay. I have a question. And this is just my curiosity, Carmen. What is the sentiment as the country as a whole? Because you live there, you know better than any of us. How do they feel about the monarchy moving forward? Go, Carmen. Wait, Carmen, you're not in UK, are you? Or you are in? Oh God, right, Carmen? I didn't put you. I think I did put UK. Why did I put UK? All right. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yes, UK. I was like, I put UK. Perfect. All right, UK. All right. Yeah. Let me know. Type and answer me and answer us. So, Christine, thank you so much. Blessing to you and your family as well. Be safe and be careful. Oh yeah. It's crazy out here. Yeah. We'll be safe. Thank you, Christine. You too. Adele Garcia. Adele Lida Garcia. Hi. Hello. Linda Boone. Nothing. Still too cold. Yeah. Not slime play session. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, thank you, Adele. Look, I tell you, I'm the luckiest man in the world. This is not, I didn't come in here expecting anything. I'm the luckiest man in the world. Luckiest man in the world. Luckiest. Considering the fact that every time Dad would say I amount to nothing, you will be nothing. You will be nothing. I heard that all the time. As you know, as tough as you might be, when you're a teenager and you hear that all the freaking time, it does something to you. Anyway, thank you. Yeah. Oh, Verna said her brother was 36. Wow, that's so crazy. Georgia's going to jazz. Oh, jazz! I love jazz. Oh, jazz and blues. That's my jam too. Oh, that is so cool. Oswin, you're so funny. You're so sorry. Oh, thank you, Cassin Dog. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, please. And my dad is still alive too. It's okay. Every month he writes a check. Perfect. By the way, I've stopped getting threats, by the way, by my aunts. So I'm assuming the divorce is over, so nobody cares anymore, right? Perfect. which is actually quite nice. Yeah, they stopped insulting me, insulting me, wishing that I DIE. Yeah, they wish I DIE. They wish Olympia. They call her abomination. Yeah. Well, I'm glad they stopped saying that because I don't hear them anymore. The divorce is over, so perfect. Yeah. Salut, Babidi Buzz. Alistair should bust out some seal kissed by a rose. He's like seal minus the Joker scars of being stabbed. I've got that a lot. I've got that I look like seal. I've got that. I look like seal. Who else do I look like? Oh, Jimon Onsu. Let me show you. Jimon Onsu. I hope I pronounce his name correctly. Sorry. I'm going to show you a picture. It's so funny because I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I kind of look like him a little bit. But to be fair, the reason why I look like him a lot is because, okay, yeah, people say I look like him. It's because he's African. I'm African. It's like genes are not, genes, genetics. So, yeah, I'm not surprised I look like him a little bit. We're both Africans from the same region also. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense. So funny. There you go. Right there. Oh, yeah. Salut, petit chou. Salut. Yeah. My mom is so happy. Every month we get that check. The check is cut directly from the bank, so he has no way to intercept it. It's garnished. It's garnished, and it's so nice because he, when they garnish your wages, they let you know X amount is gone. They let you know. Yeah, David. We all bleed red, but I bleed blue because I'm actually an alien. Can you imagine? I am the herald of planet Centauri. I'm a spy. How ridiculous would that be, right? Hi, Bridget. Thanks, Bridget. Everybody get down. Oh yeah. I'll tell you two stories, and then I have to prep to go because I have to work after. But Chris's father passed away when Chris was 23, and we met around the same time. 1 year after, sorry. So 22. Chris was 22. We met when we were 23. It doesn't even freaking matter. The long story short is that his father passed away before 1 year before we met. But my in-law family really embraced me, and because my family only started healing in 2016. So prior to 2016, we were very fractured, and scattered, right? So I was by myself until 2016, you know, and the so they really embraced me and all. And Chris's mom, it's a matriarchal family, not by choice. But I always say, because Chris' father was so loving, very affectionate, they say he touched and hugged his kids all the freaking times, even as grown-ups. And unfortunately, he passed away of a untimely heart attack. And Chris is the one who found him. Oh, thank you. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Hi. Hello. And Chris is the one who found his dad. Long story short, but I always feel very, very sad, Bubbly Bubs. And Jojo, if you're still here, I've read what you sent me, and at the end, I agree with you 100%. I am not fully healed. I'm not fully healed. And I knew that I know that I'm not fully healed, because as much as I have the utmost disdain for my dad, and he will never be around my orbit, as much, yeah. But there's a little piece of me who wishes I had the experience of having a dad. And I feel so cheated in that experience, because I also missed it. I also missed the opportunity because I met Chris 1 year after his father passed away. Like, it would be nice. It would be nice to not be always fighting. Does that make any sense? Like, I am always on survival mode, even though I don't need to be. But there's always this fear of, like, I'm just one step away from a disaster. And I can't seem to fully always relax completely. I'm always like on edge and like, what's gonna happen next? Because I had to be like that. I don't know what it's like to be taken care of. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know what it's like to have a parent, like, hi kid. I don't know. People can be stupid and young and idiotic. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like. Yeah. But every time, because I thought Christopher's dad pops into my head a lot. Pictures of him are plastered everywhere. I'll share with you a picture of Christopher's father on the next video post. And every time I look at it, I'm like, I want to know what it feels like to be parented. I was never parented. It's nice to feel like you don't have to worry, like you're taken care of. Like you could fall off the cliff and someone will catch you. No, if I fell off the cliff, nobody caught. Actually, I fell off the cliff so many times, nobody caught me. I just happened to fall on a soft pillow every time I fell, and not a spike. I just happened to be very lucky. Nobody caught me. Anyway, yeah. So it's funny. I don't know why that came up. It came up because, of course, I don't like my father. And then Jojo's letter obviously is stuck to my head still because it's fresh in my head. And I had a moment yesterday by myself in the car. It happens. And every time I have those moments, like it's like, yeah, Chris can hug me and stuff, but I really, 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 really yearn, but it would never happen. I'm smart enough to know, but like the embrace of a parent, you know what I mean? I never had that. I never had that. So I was a wreck yesterday. But anyway, sorry. Yeah. Safe and secure. Yeah. But Jojo is completely right. I'm not fully healed. I don't think I will ever be. Yeah, I don't think I will ever be. You see. You see? Yeah, you see? And it's a group of I'd like to be so sad, but no, it's not a sad thing, but it's you know, with Olympia was it Unifertiti who said that? I think it was Unifertiti who said that, you know, careful what you show to your kid because they're sponges. You better be happy go lucky and be, you know, what do you call that? Level-headed. Because you don't want to transfer any of that mess to your kids. So, you know, I have to be a certain kind of, a certain way in front of Olympia, but behind closed doors, sometimes I just crumble for no reason. I mean, the reason, but I'm like, oh, it'll be nice. And then, you know, I think I shared with you how my mom feels about Olympia, right? So we're not fully on the same page. It's like I still have a parent, but I still have a parent alive, but never really hugged me. I put that in quotes. Never being parently hugged, if that makes sense. I'm dreading work. It's 9:01. My brain is like, what? Because after you guys, I don't have to move anywhere. I just turn everything off and I just switch the computers to my work. And it's 9 p.m. That means I'll be probably 10:30. But no editing, yay! Oh, editing, the bane of our existences. What? The thing is just a monster. Ah, so Chris said no, and he said no, but he wants it in whatever he wants. So I don't have the okay. I don't have the okay. I only have the okay when he feels like it. And I laugh about it. I'm like, okay, so I have to ask permission, and 99% of the time it's a no. 99.9. It's a no. I know. Yeah. I asked many times, and it's like, no, 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 no. Oh, look at that, guys. You guys are so amazing. It will help raising your daughter here. Feelings about father. You will do things as her and it will heal you. It's the peace and all that. Yes. I agree. If anything, I'm super obsessed. I'm super obsessed with making sure that she is absolutely secure to the best of my ability. But yeah, it does consume me in every way. It's so funny because you know Chris doesn't have that. Chris is literally like la 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 la. If you want a picture, if I can give you a picture of how Christopher is outside of work, because he's a different person at work. Oh God, no, you don't want to be. No, Chris is a cool boss. But better do your job right. Sorry. Outside of work, here's a picture of Chris. La 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 la. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what is that? La 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 la. Oh, the world is burning. Yeah, like it's no worries, no stress, no worries. I'm like, is anything bother you? No, not at all. It's yes to everything. It's always laugh. It's always a good time. You know what I mean? And my mother-in-law, same way. Hello, hi. So when they're both together, they're skipping together. They're skipping the prairie. It's so funny. It's so funny. They never get stressed. Nothing bothers them. It's unbelievable. The only time I saw my mother-in-law stressed is when my brother-in-law there was potential shooting arrest, potential mass shooting averted in my brother-in-law's school. Now that's when I saw my mother-in-law stressed, and I never seen that before. Now she was stressed, but no, Chris and skip. They skip. Endless energy, unbothered, unweathered. It's like, are you tired? Yeah. It's like, what? That's unbelievable. That's the picture of Chris, a skipping person. La 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 in the prairie, always happy. Ah, Juju's still here. Yeah, Skips. I have to go. It's 9:04. I could be here all day, and I know, I know, I will regret it because I will not sleep, and I have to perform tomorrow, and I'll be like, oh my god, my eyeballs are burning. Yeah, guys, I love you so much, and I always say you're the best thing that ever happened to me, and well, one of the best things that ever happened to me. I am the luckiest man. I'm the luckiest. Luckiest. I don't even think. I don't. No, we don't even understand. You don't even understand. You don't even understand. You don't understand. Anyway, so if I end the broadcast, can you guys still communicate? Uh, or does the chat end as well? No, you cannot communicate. Well, yeah. I see you. Look, I don't know if you can tell. Love you guys. I don't know if you can tell. Work has slowed down, so I have a little more wiggle room. So I am using that wiggle room to streamline my processes. So you'll get a content update. You get a content update on first. You get the members video this weekend, but you get a content update on Monday, and I'm gonna lay out the schedule for the week. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's amazing what extra time does. Oh, time, you never get it back. So stupid. Bye. No, Ashley said don't do that. I won't do it. I love you. Goodbye and goodbye.